You heard me.
You heard me.
Welcome to You Heard Me the First Time podcast. My name is Minnie.
I'm Nikki Nicole.
And Lizzie.
And welcome back to another episode.
I have to keep my head up like this because I ain't trying to show my lace.
Don't put that on Nala Simone now.
I know, right? But when you in certain lighting, I don't care how much they check that lace, you can see that bit.
Child.
So if I don't be retarded during the conversation, just know it's because, trying to make sure y'all see that this is Nala Simone because they should be hitting.
So before we get started, we do want to get our condolences out to the Asian community, as I'm sure everybody have seen and heard on the news, social media for the last week. A lot of Asian people have been getting attacked everywhere, especially in Atlanta. I know they had a planned attack in somewhere in Florida and just around the world, New York. Like, these Asian people are just getting attacked for no reason. Do you guys think that Trump played a major part in that, with saying Chinese virus and, all this hoopla he been saying?
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that strictly came from him. And that's just to put out so much hate towards the community is just disgusting, but that completely came from Trump.
Is that every chance he got, he was saying the Chinese virus, oh, these Chinese people brought the virus here. While you was worrying about that, you should be worrying about how you gonna get the country back together. Yeah. If you put enough energy to find out where it came from to how we're gonna get back to normal, we probably would have been in a better situation than we are now.
Period.
I agree.
Yeah, so
he might have won another election. He was worried about the wrong damn thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so our condolences. Hopefully, they get these attackers off the streets and, we can go back to our regular schedule.
Exactly.
But let's talk about it. Sweetie and Quavo.
Listen, the girls are mad at Quavo. They're ready to break up with their own nigga because of it.
So if you guys have not heard, Sweetie and Quavo have broken up. I think they've been together maybe 3-4 years now. And there was a lot of, rumors going around. Sweetie did an interview with her ex-boyfriend. And basically people thought, why would you be in an interview where your ex-boyfriend is, you disrespecting, Quavo, things of that sort. And they noticed that Sweetie stopped following Quavo initially. So people thought that was the reason why they broke up. Sweetie wanted to defend her name, which she should. And she went on Twitter and was like, listen, he cheated. I walked away from the relationship. And now the family is going back and forth. Minnie, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so first of all, getting cheated on is never the best feeling ever. No matter even if you forgive the guy and say that we're gonna try to work on it and move forward, it's still a hurt. It's that shit still hurt. You really gave another bitch my time. You really
did.
The way she worded it, it ain't love if you give intimacy to another woman.
Exactly. Come on. That is a different kind of hurt. So I definitely understand where she's coming from. And it takes a lot of strength for a woman to like we said, it takes a lot of strength for a woman to walk away from a situation that no longer serve her. Especially when it's someone that she, you could tell they truly loved each other. She really loved him or whatever. But on the other end, we have to address the fact that going on a talk show, it's not even about going on the talk show, but it's the narrative of the talk show, the things that they were talking about. Why be on a talk show talking about sexual activities with your ex?
What if they were already broken up at that point?
Huh?
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. If they were already broken up at that point, then that's kind of different. It's still kind of early if y'all just broke up and you went on the talk show. I still think that's kind of early because if I was in a situation, I'll still be cussing not my ex-boyfriend. Nigga, we just broke up a couple days ago. Why are you on this show talking to this ex-bitch about sexual activities? Were y'all fucking when we was together? What's up?
But you know, especially when you get cheated on and you feel like somebody broke your trust, you don't really look at them the same. So, you know, hurt people hurt people. She knew that was going to be a stab back at him. So she probably was like, aha. And
That's true.
it got the
That's
reaction
true.
that he wanted.
But if they was still in a relationship when that episode was recorded, that I don't agree with. Like, if the narrative was different, okay. But to be talking about sexual activities with your ex and you're still in a relationship, that's grimy.
I don't think she did anything wrong with that.
Even if she's in a relationship?
Even if she's in a relationship, her career is that this is a part of her job. It's not like she sat there and just decided, oh, I'm going to go hang out with an ex. This is a part of her everyday career. She has to do interviews. She has to do publicity, this and that. And at the end of the day, I'm sure there has been, to me, I feel like when that is something that's in your career, when your career is to be in the social media or spotlight or whatever, then you're going to have to interact and mingle with people that you might have had. To me, it's like if you broke up with somebody that you used to work with at the same job, you still got to go to work and make your money. So just because y'all broken up and you might have moved on to another relationship, you still have to be around that person, communicate with that person. And the clips that I seen of the interview, she was putting that to rest. She wasn't entertaining it. If she was entertaining those comments and giving it life,
there was clips she was entertaining when they was talking about the whole threesome thing, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll let my nigga pick." Like there was clips she was there was clips she was entertaining the conversation. One, right, and for two, I
think she played him. Every question she asked, she played him.
So I totally understand what y'all saying or whatever. This is her job. This is her career. But there's a lot of other interviews that she can do to boost her career. This talk show just started a couple weeks ago. It's not even an established talk show. It's not like it was a talk show that been around for years. Like, okay, I have to get on this talk show, whatever. It's not that. It's a talk show that just started probably a month or two ago. It's not something, me personally, I don't think it's something that could have affect her career in a negative or positive way, whether she go on this talk show or not.
This helped her career a lot because not everybody was talking about her being on the talk show. So it
wasn't a positive
way. Good. All publicity is good publicity, good or bad. So to me, I don't think she did nothing wrong with that. And even when she was talking about the threesome thing, she switched up the whole question. Was like, oh, what dude he's gonna let me bring? So to me, if she would have been out of pocket and was like flirting with him back, then there's a reason to be mad. But if she's literally just sitting there doing the interview and she's not even buying into those comments, I think she handled herself very properly. And I don't think we should put the narrative that that talk show was the reason why they broke up, because she said it was infidelity. So I'm pretty sure she probably was already broken up, moved on, and I'm supposed to stop my bag for your feelings and you cheating on me?
I don't think the talk show, I don't want to put that narrative out as far as saying that the talk show is what caused them to break up. But let's be real. Like, let's be real. Us women, let's be real. If your man go on a talk show with an ex or whatever, you will feel some kind of way. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, you will feel, if Quavo did that to her, say for example, say they was in a relationship still. If he had went on the talk show with her ex, with his ex, and the conversation is a sexual conversation, whether he shut it down or not, she would feel some type of way. Like, we're women.
I
would feel some kind of way.
I wouldn't feel any type of way.
I would find that talk show.
I wouldn't feel any type of way because he didn't embarrass me. Now, if he sat there and went on there embarrassing me, then I'm going to feel some type of way like, dang, we just broke up. But Sweetie was literally clearing him with every question to me. But, you know, T-Shone.
Got the boys mad. So after the breakup, after announcements, now the family are going back and forth on Twitter. And I think Quavo and Sweetie, they did put little stabs on each other via Twitter. But at the end of the day, they was very respectful at a certain point. Like, you know, well, I didn't expect this of you. You know, the take care was but now the family is getting involved, calling each other's bitches and hoes and da-da-da-da. Elizabeth, if you were to break up with your man, would you want your family and friends to defend your honor, or could you speak for yourself?
I could definitely speak for myself. And then definitely when you don't know what's gonna you don't know what's gonna happen, and they're making, to me, the family's making the situation even worse. If you see two people are trying to, you know, they might have threw a little jazz, but they're really trying to respect each other and just handle this low key. So for the family to be the ones to, you know, start up the drama, I don't think that's a good look for them. So I don't think they should have did that.
I don't like what the sister did, talking about, oh, I only fuck with y'all because of him. Like, girl, stop it.
She was a whole groupie, but the sister was a whole groupie before.
Like, I don't like that. You didn't even have to say that. That was so unnecessary. Because especially the fact that Sweetie didn't even disrespect you, for you to go to the extreme to like to disrespect her, talking about, oh, like now if they got back together, then what? Fuck you, and you ain't getting no more gifts.
Exactly. So now I know how you really feel. If me and your brother get back together, I know where you stand at. You didn't like me. But
mind your business. Just mind your business.
Mind your business and allow it to play out, because people get back together every day, especially in that industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if they take jazz at each other, like I be taking jazz at my boyfriend, but to like I wouldn't want my family, unless y'all see me getting beat up. Then y'all better jump the fuck in.
That's what I'm saying. It depends how bad it is. Depending how bad it is, I'm gonna let you speak for yourself and defend yourself. But if it's where it's like, okay, you ain't doing enough, I'm gonna be a Solange in the situation. I'm just gonna take issue with it. Like, I'm gonna Solange him.
You gonna spit on him?
I'm not gonna go verbally back and forth. I'm gonna just, yeah, when you ready to put hands on him, you call me.
I said Solange him. I wouldn't spit on him.
Then that's what she did in the
She didn't spit on him.
No, no, I ain't spitting on him.
Spreading rumors. Sorry, Solange.
Don't be putting that on her.
I could have sworn she like, child.
She kicked him or something.
He threw punches, she kicked, but she didn't spit on him.
I'm sorry, Solange. I'm out here.
Don't be sorry. Be careful. Beehive attack.
Okay.
Get on her ass.
Ooh, y'all know the Beehive don't play about that family, boy. I'm sorry.
So let's get into our main topic. Today we are talking is dating harder for women or for men? So, Minnie, guess with either or, who do you think dating is harder for, men or women?
I think it's harder for women.
Lizzie?
I agree with Minnie. I think it's harder for women.
Cause these niggas fuck anything.
Example A, Future.
Example B, the Migos.
Post time they're the new Cheetah Girls.
I cannot.
Oh my God.
Listen, I do think that dating is a lot harder for women. And I do think, unfortunately, men in the industry do take advantage of that. I know a few years back, Steve Harvey put out that book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman, and women brought the book and they was trying to take advice from that. Now what's going on is Derek Jackson, he's a life coach, a relationship coach, and also Kevin Samuels. Them two, they're trending. They're known for their advice. They're known for their advice, but it came out this weekend that Derek Jackson was cheating on his wife for 4 years. Do you think, Minnie, that women should go to these men now for advice on what they should do in their dating lives?
I would say to a certain extent, like, because some of the advices that some men give are like not the best, but then you do have men who really give you the game, who really like give you like true, honest advice, like, listen, this is what it is, and this is like, you explain the situation and give you really good advice. But y'all don't go to Kevin Samuels, please. Don't. He's not giving good advice. I feel like if the advice is not putting a woman down, like it can be good advice. Some of the advices that just using Kevin Samuels as an example, he's actually putting a woman down, like telling a woman like, well, you don't have this, you don't have that, you look like this, you look like that, or whatever. That's not good advice. Like that's not making me feel better as a woman or whatever. But like I said, if it's advice putting a woman down, I don't think it's good advice. I do believe sometimes you can go to a man to get a male perspective. What am I trying to say? Basically just to get a male perspective on a situation and like how a situation should be handled, or how a man may feel about something that happened. but to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So Derek Jackson is making thousands of dollars on giving women relationship advice. Lizzie, if you was to go to this man, you know, you were dating someone or you was heartbroken, you was trying to get over a heartbreak, and you went to him and then the news came out that he was cheating on his wife, you doing a refund or what you doing?
You know, I think we need to stop expecting people to be perfect. I do think his actual advice that he gives women, majority of the time, I do actually agree with it, and he really is trying to uplift and really help women out. I actually really do like him. And we make mistakes. It's just like what
For
he's
4
doing, and
years, that's not a mistake.
What happened?
For 4 years, that's not a mistake, honey.
And what he's doing is dead wrong, and I don't want to make excuses for that because cheating on your wife is despicable, and definitely when you're trying to sit there and you're calling out all these different men for cheating and mistreating women. So yes, is he being hypocritical? Hell yes. But it's kind of like we all make mistakes, and I like him.
Oh, you so biased.
I know, I'm
so
being biased
okay.
right now.
Because
you are so biased.
Because to me, I feel like Kevin Samuel is an asshole. I don't like the advice that he gives to women, but he also tells some women that depending on the caliber of man they date, unfortunately, sometimes cheating comes with it. I think that unfortunately on Derek Jackson's end, he sets the expectation that if a man isn't this, and that, you have to walk away. He doesn't put room for improvement on the guy's end. So women think, okay, I'm dating this guy. He's not bringing this to the table. He's not bringing that. So it's time for me to walk away versus setting a realistic expectation that you're not going to find the perfect man. You guys can grow together and he can be the perfect man for you. But I think, unfortunately, as women, we want to be in love. We want that intimacy. So we seek, you know, I guess, advice. And then it always comes out that these men ain't perfect that's giving it to us. So it's like you have to take some advice, not everything.
Yeah, and I think because he put out that like, you know, he's a married man, he loved his wife. He put out a platform as if he's a perfect man or whatever. So hearing that he cheated, it is a shocker to hear that this man who give all this good advice and who put out a platform that he's a perfect man, and now in all reality, you're a cheater. It goes back to what I said. All men cheat, no matter whatever the fuck they say. They all cheat. Okay, like they cheat.
I don't want to believe. I know, but I don't want to believe that all men cheat. I don't want to believe that.
Couple. I say all the time, if Beyonce got cheated on, girl,
ain't no hope. Ain't no hope for us.
So we gotta put a survey up. Do all men cheat? You know, you shouldn't really generalize, but we'll put a survey up and let you guys answer the question.
Yeah, I just think I don't think all men cheat. I just think a lot of men do cheat.
99% of them.
I would say I believe that all men probably cheated in one type of relationship or like yeah.
It still goes back to all men cheat.
True, but like to say, like I don't think all men cheat in every single relationship, every single like thing. I don't think all men cheat in that. I just think men have their moments in their life when they might have cheated on this person, they might not cheated on that person. They cheated on this person, not the other.
So you guys said that women have it harder with dating. Minnie, do you think that men have it easier because, you know, they are able to approach women versus, you know, women may not feel comfortable approaching a man that she sees attractive?
I agree. I do believe like these niggas be having confidence out the roof, okay? They approaching anything and everyone. And that's totally fine because like for me, I never would approach a guy. But you better look at this eye contact and realize that I want you to come over here and talk to me, but I'm not approaching a guy, period. And I do like another reason why I believe it's easier for guys to date because I notice like women tend to wait on the man to get right? And when a man want a woman, they're going to do what they need to do to keep that woman. So it's just like, so now we find this man and it's like, oh my gosh, he's the perfect man. Like we want to be with him. he know what he need to do to keep her or whatever. He know how he needs to act or whatever. So I feel like we tend to wait around for a man to do right, and they know like they can fuck up or whatever, and they know what they need to do to get right to keep the woman. So that's why I feel like it's easier for men to find a woman. It's easier for a man to settle down because we're waiting on y'all to get right. We're waiting on y'all to step up to the plate.
They do say that men control the relationship, women control sex. You know, women control when are we going to have sex for the first time, and men control the relationship. They control whether you guys are going to get married or not. They control different aspects of the relationship. So that's what they say.
I believe what they say.
So Lizzie, when you're talking to a man and maybe, back to what they say, you're feeling him, but you guys are just texting, talking on the phone, and maybe he's not initiating dates. What do you do in that aspect?
At first, I think that's a big turn off. Like when a guy's just like, oh, I just want to see you or meet up with you or whatever, and it's not actual like going out to do things. But I do think, like many always say, communication. So I think it's in that scenario where if a woman wants to be treated or taken out to more dates, I think just talking to the man and see if he's willing to do that. And if he's not willing to, wine and dine her, then that's a problem. This might be a little off topic, but watching the little sweetie clips, do y'all really think like now men want to be treated like women? Like,
yeah.
Like, it's like nowadays, dudes want you to spoil them. Like, it's literally like, okay, you be like, when you gonna take me on a date? Oh, why you wanna take me out first?
I think because niggas realizing that that women have money now.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly
what it is. Like, these bitches got money, so then take me on a date.
I totally agree. I do feel like once you're in a relationship, it should be yin and yang. You should cater to your man. You should spoil your man, and he should feed into you and spoil into you. But that's a total turn off. If I'd be like, oh, let's go to dinner. You be like, no, you take me to dinner. Sir, excuse me? Like, no, okay, never mind.
You will stay home.
No, not even that. Delete number.
I don't know if I ever told this story, but at one of my old jobs, we were having kind of like a discussion like this. And one of my supervisors, he's young, he's our age, very handsome, he's married, like literally nothing wrong. Like on paper, he's perfect or whatever, right? And he was saying, so I was very surprised when he said this, but he was saying how basically when he goes on his first date or whatever, he tests the woman. So when they go on a date, he would purposely see if she's gonna pick up the bill, and if she doesn't pick up the bill, he's like, that's it. He won't. He will of course pick up the bill, but he wants to see he wants to basically see the woman give initiative to pick up the check on the first, but he may not let her actually pay for the bill, but he wants her to actually like go out, I guess, like reach for it or act like she's gonna pay the bill. And if she doesn't do that, that's like he's done with her. I thought that was the most stupidest thing in the world.
I feel like that's childish. If you ask a woman out and you ask her for her time and you want to get to know her better and you initiate the date, then you pay for the date. Like, I don't understand. I go out with my friends sometimes. I go out with my family, and if it's only two of us there, I'm gonna just pick up the bill. Like, somebody just pick up the bill. I feel like I'm
gonna remember that the next time me and her go out.
Or you pick up the bill. Or you pick up the bill. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't want to get tested. Like, I think at this point in life, like,
come on now, it's the first date. Why in the hell do you believe the woman should pay for the first date or even reach for the check on the first date? Like, I'm not doing that.
Niggas want you to pull out his chair at dinner.
Okay, they want me to open the door.
And it was so surprising coming from like somebody like that who is well off, who's doing what they're supposed to be doing. like for you to have that mindset and I guess that's why I go back to saying, like, I feel like nowadays men want to be treated like women, like they want to be spoiled too. And it's like, wait, when did this change?
Right. Like Nicole said, like in a relationship, yes, like,
Of course.
you spoil me, I spoil you, because that's definitely how I am. Like, I'm spoiled, so I'm definitely going to spoil my boyfriend. But if we're in the talking stage, I am not spoiling you. I am not asking you on a date on the first week of us talking. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, no, I'm not reaching for the check, at least the first 3-4 months.
I feel you.
I'm not. Like, that's just...
Whew. Sherry is dead, child. I was actually talking to a friend and I was saying that I feel like women have it harder in the dating field. And he was like, why? As soon as a woman walk out the door, a man is approaching her, a man trying to holler at her at a gas station, at a Winn-Dixie, at a Publix, at a Whole Foods. Women are always being approached. Do you guys think that plays basically, does that play a part in your dating life, that the men that approach you when you're out and about?
But who's approaching you though?
Exactly, because I don't want them.
Like,
I don't want them.
I don't want the kind of man that's approaching you. Like, of course, at the end of the day, women have their standards, and appearance is the first thing that we go for. How you approach me, like your mannerism, how your overall well-being, how your smile look or whatever. Like, these things goes in play.
People hiding their smiles now behind no mask.
Ooh, okay. Let me tell you, I used to.
I'm sure mine.
I used to have like a missing tooth. I had got my tooth pulled. So when I used to go on dates, it was like a really funny joke. I'd be laughing like this. I didn't want to show them my missing tooth.
You should have laughed like this.
So I used to cover my mouth so I could understand with the whole hiding your smile.
So we're going to leave another poll. Who do you guys think have it harder in these ghetto dating days?
Streets.
Is it men or women? Leave a comment down below and let's get into our Let's Talk About It. So let's get into our listener letters. This is where you guys ask us for our advice. When you need questions, you can send us an email at You Heard Me the First Time, spelled DA.
That's important.
At gmail.com. Again, that's You Heard Me the First Time at gmail.com. You can also slide in our DMs on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now let's get into it.
Okay. My husband and I have been together for 8 years, married 3, childhood friends. I lost my career of 7 years due to COVID. So I've been at home cooking, taking care of the kids, cleaning, etc. I want to go back to work, but he feels that I shouldn't. My husband and I got into a really big argument for the fact that he purposely leaves trash, clothes, dishes, etc. laying down everywhere and says it's my job to have the house spotless every day, since I do nothing. He claims that since he works, he shouldn't have to do anything else other than work and that I need to learn my new role. He even yelled at me and created a huge fight over me asking him to carry the laundry basket to the hallway. Called me ungrateful, amongst other words. Am I wrong for being upset and frustrated and mentally at the verge of a breakdown and thoughts of divorce? Mind you, this man has previously cheated in the past and constantly made me feel less than no matter what I do.
Whew, that was a lot, but it's the learn the new role for me. Like this is not a role that she chose. It was circumstances. Unfortunately, COVID changed her finances, like most American people and people around the world are now unemployed. So it's not a role that she chose for herself. It's something that was given to her because of a whole global pandemic. For him to be as disgusting as purposely leaving trash and garbage around the floor, to me, that just shows that he's trying to take control of the relationship, because now he probably feels like he has the upper hand because he brings the most finances in the relationship now. So she has to be dependent on him in that aspect. But that's your marriage. Like Minnie said, communication is key.
Nah, fuck communication. No, I don't like that. I hate when a man take advantage. You're literally taking advantage. Oh, because you work, so I have like, and then to speak to her in that tone, like you're ungrateful. learn your new role. I can just imagine the other things that he's saying. She's just giving us a small taste of the things that he's saying. I can imagine the other things that he say to put her down. Like, how do you communicate with that? Like, what conversation are we having? Like, can you please stop saying these mean things to me? Like, no, I don't appreciate that. And the fact that like she want to go back to work or whatever. And I'm pretty sure while she was working, she still was taking care of the kids. She was doing dishes, doing laundry, cooking, and cleaning. She was still doing all these things while working. For you to,
I think that's so disgraceful for you to find somebody's weak moment. And it sounds like she's somebody that wants to work. She doesn't just wants to stay at home and be a stay-at-home wife. It doesn't seem like that's something that she wants to do, because she mentioned she wants to get back to work. So for you to find somebody's low moment and know that, this is not where she wants to be, and then you basically disgrade her and talk down on her because this is not her best place right now in life for her and where she wants to be. I just think that's disgusting.
No, I think he's definitely taking advantage of her low moment because he knows that right now he's financially running the household. He's using every little bit of that ammunition to treat her and do what he wants to do to her. And that's bad because this is something that was already, I feel like, thought of. Like, he probably already had these control problems, and now he just found an outlet to actually use and display them. So I think he's dead wrong for that one. I ain't gonna tell nobody to get no divorce now because that's out of my league. But I definitely think they need some type of like counseling or something to get over this, because that's disgusting for him to do.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you think it's too much to say a controlling man can also be an abusive man?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think if you have too much control, if you want too much control, then you can be abusive. It kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah. I definitely agree.
I agree. Like, I don't know. Like you said, I'm not telling no one to leave their husband, but if I was in the situation, and being in a situation like that before, where I had a guy talk down on me and make me feel less, and when he's upset, he's calling me out of names, I can imagine how you feel. Like, you feel less of unfortunately, you do feel less of a person. I don't care how strong you are or how strong-minded you are, but this is someone that you love. Speaking to you in this tone can really break you down. And me personally, I wouldn't want to continue a relationship like that. And that's just me personally. A man who continued to talk down on me and make me feel less of a person, I wouldn't want to do that.
If you guys need our advice, you can send us an email at youheardmethus.da.
That's important.
Firsttime@gmail.com. Again, that's youheardmethe1st time@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, this has been another episode of You Heard Me the First Time podcast.
Ooh, okay. Sounding real sexual over there.
I'm Minnie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Minnie.
I'm Nikki Nicole.
And Lizzie.
Until next time, ow.